something. I said something off because every time I lie him, when I say certain things about other people, he disconnect the line with me and be like, okay, we're done. He never do 2, 3, 4 PKs like people love to do with me. So they said that you knew that he was a rapist or something wrong. I don't know. Have you heard anything about him, or are they lying?
I do have a file on that individual.
You pull it while I look at what my wee man said.
Here it is. Pesky little thing. Pesky little thing there. Alright, let me get my facts in order. Let me get my real nigga timeline. Alrighty.
Okay, we can start.
Okay, so.
You said, who was I talking about? What's his name? Dreads. Raw Talk. Raw Talk.
Okay, yes. Alright, so as far as him being a rapist, I can't put that on him. No, I cannot say that he was a rapist. I don't have that information necessarily. I didn't read that in anywhere. Maybe you guys got that. So that's not what I read. We have an individual that claims to be from Oakland, but he's actually from Los Angeles. He started this journey of pandering, being a pimp, right? He's a pimp. In 2003, he was pimping a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old, but he was young at that time. So that was 20 years ago. That really wasn't the thing. But then he's going to pop up again in 2012 for another human sex trafficking charge. And then in Miami, he's going to meet this one woman. So he's in the lifestyle of the isms, if you will. So pretty much we have him going in and out of jail for human trafficking, some gorilla pimping here and there. So we have that. It wasn't really, he always wants to talk about 20 years ago, but thank you for the gifts, but it's really not 20 years ago. Oh, she's not there. Hold on. My bad. Hold on.
I was texting my weed man. Go ahead. You said he was a ex-pimp.
What's the last thing I said? Yeah, so pretty much he's pimping all the way from 2003, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2016. He's just going with pimping and pimping. So, it's really, and then he goes into a real famous pimping situation where one of his 304s meets a very famous man and he tries to robbed that man, and then he goes to jail for that, and he's a various. It's I don't know. It's I only think he's a pimp. I don't know what you want. I don't have anything other than pimp. There's nothing wrong with my hair. John McAfee. Yes, I'm sorry. I was trying to talk to her. I wasn't talking to the comments. But specifically, there are various movies that he's in the Pimpville USA movie. He's in Tubi movies. He had podcasts where it is only about pimps. He's got YouTubes where he calls other men kings. Apparently, he got a G-Wagon that was repossessed. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of just stuff that you guys like to talk about. I don't really know.
Act like
all I see is...
You be calling women out there, David, act like
huh? I'm not a pimp. I don't have any human trafficking charges. Sorry. No. There's a difference between your quote-unquote acting like a pimp and this man having sex trafficking charging for 2 decades. Completely different.
So you don't think Polly is pimping?
I'm not poly, I'm Muslim. No, it's not pimping.
Polly is pimping?
You said it's not poly, it's pimping.
Polly is pimping.
No.
They all came from the same thing. They all came from the same thing, the source. So whether the Muslims start...
Listen,
or
a man marrying you and a man putting you on a track to sell your body for material gain is completely different.
You know what a homophone is?
Thank you.
When something is the same thing and it's different. A homophone.
You think that a man having multiple wives is the same thing as having women being prostitutes? That doesn't really add up.
No, I'm saying a man...
Thank you.
So when a man has multiple wives, usually he sits on his ass and the women work. So it's like a form of prostituting because they have to take the money back home to the man either way. Whether they're selling their pussy.
Where's that at?
Your wife was the only one working for a lot of time. Even when you were in jail or prison, your wife was working.
No.
Working in the medical field. She just...
Am I the standard for for men with multiple wives?
I'm not trying to start an argument. I know you're gonna start calling me on my name. I'm just speaking facts.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you a question. It's like, when do I get to be the standard? So my question to you is that you're going to tell me that the majority of men that have multiple wives, the wives work and sits at home?
The man sits at home and they take the money back. Even with a lot of Muslims, like I had Muslim people work at factories with me when I used to work at a factory in Dearborn, Michigan, and the girls would say that they would work, and it would be a whole family full of them. They wouldn't move out of the house until they were either married or something, and all of the girls had to take their money back to their father or whoever was working in the family, and the father would give them food and whatever they needed and stuff like that.
So you don't think that children should take care of their parents? Okay. So if you don't think that the children should work until they were married, I don't know where you get off to think that working is bad. I don't know if that's crazy. If I have daughters, you're telling me that it's not okay for my daughters to work? Not everybody's financially well off. I may have a lot of daughters. We might need help around the house because
so I was outside, so I really didn't get to hear everything
I don't
you said.
understand
But you said what?
If if you are saying that something's wrong with a family helping out each other and women not,
it was the fact
that women
that they
have
had
to
to
work
take all their
until they
money.
were married,
None of it. The whole
I don't know,
paycheck
that
goes
seems
to
kind
their
of
father,
normal.
or either the male, the oldest male in the household, and he pays the bills. They all stay in one household, and they were all working at factories. It was a lot of Muslim women working at factories because Dearborn, Michigan. You know, that's a Muslim community. So when I was talking to those people at lunchtime, they did not get to keep their money. So that's what the Muslim people do as Muslims, and they have multiple wives. And their daughters can't keep their checks either, and they have to cover their bodies up. But a pimp is going to tell a woman what to wear too. So a pimp is no different than a Muslim. You have to wear what your pimp tells you to wear, and you have to work where he tells you to work, and you have to bring that check back to him. And then when I say poly, TKO, we know he's poly. We've seen a lot of poly men on here. All the women have to give them in the paycheck. They cannot dress how they want to. They have to dress accordingly. They have to listen to their man, and they get beat accordingly. So I was just explaining that all of them came from the same thing. They're not all the same, but they're all homophones.
Okay, all right. So when we deal with immigrants, there's a whole lot of factors that are in place. There may be people trying to pay back or help people in their home countries. We don't necessarily know the full with those situations. However, if you are a Muslim woman, when you get married, you have to get a dowry. So that means that man must pay a certain amount to marry you. And you and your family are going to set that amount. But also, are you aware that a wife her money is her money? That a man has to take care of her. But you're talking about a daughter. A daughter has to be taken care of. This is personal situations.
No, all Muslim
daughters,
if they live with their father and their mother, they have to give them the whole paycheck. That's according to the Muslim household. And y'all are not real Muslims.
My father would not let any of my sisters work.
It's a prison Muslim, and then they have real Muslims.
My father has a master's degree in theology, dear.
You got the prison?
He has dual master's degrees, and he is an attorney. What are you talking about? Did he get it in prison?
But did he get
My father gets people out of prison, dear. No, he got it from Vanderbilt University.
Yeah, I don't care to know.
In Nashville, Tennessee. So you're telling me that my family, that none of the women were allowed to work. My brothers were not allowed to work
because the women had to take care of them.
That was not a priority.
Wanted to take.
No, because nobody worked because you're only talking about working class families. My father would not allow nobody to work because academics were more important than anybody making some money. They couldn't even get summer jobs when they were 16. He forbade it, and they were upset about it. He said, your studies come before that. So none of my siblings were allowed to get any jobs. What are you talking about? My dad said, no, you're not getting no job. You need to worry about your grades. Like, I don't understand this. So the idea, how old are these people? Because you don't got time to work in a factory when you're in high school. Are we talking about immigrants that did not go to school, that don't have any type of education? Because I know a whole bunch of foreign people that are sending their daughters to school. And they're putting their daughters to universities. They're not sending their daughters to Ford factories. I don't know the Muslims you talking to. But maybe they was going to Ford for the free college. Who knows? I don't really know what you're talking about today, 20. Because you do know that a Muslim woman's money is her money. That I have to provide shelter. I got to provide food. I got to provide clothing. What you saying? Like, I don't understand this. My daughter's not